And we're back with the NBA preview podcast. We're going to talk about a terrible division.
Snooze fest.
Oh my god! I'm not even excited about this. Let's go watch football.
Like just when we were sketching this out, I almost fell asleep. So for real, this vision is terrible.
It's like one step above the GSSS.
Oh,
Shots.
Look, I'm already gonna get jumped at Peace on the streets. So
What? I'm not going there.
Neither am I.
I'm gonna get
so
jumped
let's
at
not talk about basketball and the ball. The first team we're gonna start with is the Knicks.
Next.
They're gonna be terrible. They got Carmelo. He took all their money.
I think this division has some of the most confusing rosters
In the history of
in
the world.
the NBA this
Came up
year.
with this. What
Tim
is wrong with these
Hardaway
people?
Jr. might be their second best player.
What do you mean, Mike?
He is the
the
second.
best player.
He really is the second.
Look,
Like who's the Knicks starting five? I mean, outside of Melo,
I think
Man,
what are they doing
Calderon-
with J.R. Smith?
Is Bargnani on that team still?
Yeah,
I think
he's still
Bargnani
there.
might start. He might start a power forward.
Well,
I know-
he's a number one pick, overall pick. He better be starting.
And,
Eh.
and Dallenberg is gonna be Bargnani, Dallenberg, Carmelo.
What about Shumpner, whatever his name is?
I think Shumpert might start.
Shumpert's gonna get traded.
He
I mean, he
sucks.
should. get
They've been
traded.
trying to trade him for so long.
But they've been like asking too much of him. Like they think his haircut makes him worth more. I think. Like, what's this?
New
kinda
York.
didn't he?
I don't know.
Does he still have it?
That's
Oh,
how irrelevant they are. We don't know anything
Yeah, well,
about
we're
them.
talking about Iman Shumpert's haircut right now. The Knicks are
You know what
so
I'm
super
concerned about with the
irrelevant.
Knicks? Like, which Instagram for booking girl is J.R. Smith gonna date and then have a scandal with in the middle of the
Nice.
season?
Nice.
I'm not gonna
Which
call
one?
names,
Anyway,
Wait, you don't want Kyle to know who you follow on Instagram?
but nah, I think they're gonna be terrible. And the thing is, people try to paint Phil Jackson as some genius because his system does this, but he won with like the most stacked rosters of all time. Like,
Yeah, I don't think the triangle is gonna be as efficient with Jose Calderon and J.R. Smith.
I don't think
back
J.R.
there
Smith
running it.
is first. I mean, for whatever Jose Calderon could do, the triangle will negate it because it's not really.
I think the Knicks
Jose
are like
Calderon
5 years away from being
Is a
5 years
great
away.
offensive point guard, but
But
on
the
defense he's a turnstile.
No, but it won't work in a triangle because the triangle isn't like go.
it's not
go
point guard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
dependent,
it's not like go make a decision point guard. It's like pass the ball and cut to the corner. Like even
Yeah.
when Derek Fisher was in OKC, he was running a triangle. He passed the ball and cut to the corner like he was in triangle. Like it's
Yeah,
What are the odds that Derek Fisher comes out of retirement to play?
none,
None.
zero,
Zero.
no chance.
You know
Playing
what,
basketball
You know
is
what
hard.
kind of shape you have to be in to play
But
basketball?
they're that bad. I could so see that happening. He'll be the player coach.
And he was that bad.
He was terrible.
And he's a first-year coach, so
He looks like
is
he's
Phil
in shape,
Jackson
though.
gonna be coaching this team from his
No.
bunker in Wyoming?
He can't.
Talking like I mean, come on, another hour reference. He can just have like an earpiece in Derek Fisher's ear.
That's kind of
tell
what's
him the
happening.
exact-
That's
I
what he
think
wants, though.
That's really what Phil Jackson wants because he showed that he wanted to get back into coaching. You know, going after the LA job. He was kind of. I think he caught some feelings about that. So that's why he wanted to. He said, you know what? If LA is not going to give me the job back, I'm going to go to the.
Knicks where he has history.
I'm going to go to the rival. You know, across the country.
But he has history
and
with the
make them
Knicks,
better.
so I mean,
Yeah.
I think Phil is also waiting on this team to be better before he can take it over.
But how is it
The
going
team
to
is
get
like-
better with Carmelo Anthony?
and you know what the
taking
thing
on
is?
Cap?
I bet Derek Fisher would just step down to assistant coach. Like, that's cool.
There's really no room for this team to get better. Where's the money going to come from?
This team is not. I mean, maybe with when the salary cap goes up and they could get rid of Stoudemire's contract and Bargnani and
That started my contract.
and
was
J.R.
awful.
Smith.
I forgot he was still on that team.
Wow,
I mean,
all he's doing is taking like wine therapy bats right now.
wine
that don't
therapy
work.
bats. You know what? We should just end it.
I
right
need to
there.
send.
You know what I think
I
he's
need to
gonna
send him a
do?
link to the Skeptic's Guide to the Universe.
I think
Amari.
after
Stuff like
his
that doesn't
contract
work.
is up and he's gonna move to Israel and play with Sylvan Landsberg and join like the IDF.
That would be kind of cool.
Like I think that's
He
what
should
he's gonna
that.
do. Yeah, the Knicks are terrible. We're gonna go to the Nets, they're like the Hawks North. Like they're just an uninspired.
I mean, good thing for New York, they have like a lot of hipsters and awesome brunches, so they don't have to worry about basketball.
And clubs
Because
and-
this-
we
Here's
hate
the thing, though. But the Nets have. I mean,
Their
if
roster's not that bad.
the Nets can be very good. I mean,
They
I
can make
just
some noise.
have no idea what happened to Darren Williams. I don't know. We all remember at one point where he was in the conversation. It was him and Chris Paul neck and neck for best young point guard, and then he
And
just fell off the face of the earth.
He completely
I have
fell
no
off.
idea what's going on
he
with
was
him
too
right
concerned about his hair, I think.
I think they have one bright spot in Plumlee. I think that guy could play.
now. They have
And,
a few
many
bright
bright
spots.
spots,
I mean,
yeah.
Brooke Lopez is coming back. If Brooke Lopez is healthy, he's one of the best offensive centers
Awesome
in the NBA.
uniform.
Brook
He's
Lopez
awesome
is
stadium.
never healthy.
Jay-Z's going to
what
show
if
up
he
to some
is,
of the
though?
games.
Does Andre Blatt still play for them?
No,
Who does he play for?
Andre Blatch is.
I'm gonna look that up.
I cannot remember.
We'll
But-
figure that out.
I mean, 10th year seniors has the same colors as the Nets. So should we adopt this team?
no.
I don't want any part.
Heat
of
in
it.
5.
I don't
Okay,
know.
Heat in 5.
And
Kevin Garnett is taking a whole bunch of their money.
Yeah, he does.
The
That's
thing
gotta
is,
be
I mean,
fucked up.
if you look at the roster, they have decent players. Like, they could make some noise if you want to do it, but it'd be like making noise in the least possible way, like less than a cat whisper.
And
Andre,
isn't I mean, I think Joe Johnson is pretty much on the last leg of being able to be this kind of offensive. He wasn't really an offensive juggernaut, but to be able to carry a team, they're gonna need more from him this year. That Paul Pierce isn't there. If Darren Williams isn't providing what he's supposed to do at point guard, they're gonna need more from Joe Johnson.
But
I
don't-
don't think he's that guy anymore.
I mean, but
I think
look-
Teletovic, I think he's ready to step up and make some noise. And then Bogdanovic, the Russian guy, he's gonna start at small forward for them. I don't know. I don't have a clue what he's gonna do, but I think Teletovic is gonna do some things.
I mean, but to me, just the trends of these players' career, why would they all of a sudden become so much better this year as opposed to last year? Like, for me, Darren Williams is on the decline. So is Joe Johnson. Why would they have an up year now?
They won't. And I don't
Last
think,
year was the year to do something.
I don't think
When
Brook
they brought
Lopez is gonna
everybody
be
in.
healthy either because he's just not. He's never been healthy at any point in his career. Big men, they don't.
he's
they
the
don't-
second best Lopez brother.
He is. Homer. But no, but big men, they don't have an injury history and then get healthy. Like big men, once you
Very
get hurt,
true.
that's it. It's like the Jermaine O'Neal.
Tage speaks from experience.
Exactly.
Yeah, Tage.
Yeah. Yeah, me. Another team, another terrible team is
It's
Boston.
like, this is so unenthused. Like,
We
we're just,
hate the Atlantic
it's like
Division.
we're just going through the Atlantic. Like,
Division is so awful.
The other
We're,
two is
we're
so
gonna
much
talk
fun.
about Boston. They have James Young. And
We
he
really
went to
should just
Kentucky.
talk
Yeah,
about these
James
cities.
Young.
Oh,
Are they gonna
Wildcats.
Wildcats.
When did they
And
get?
Rondo.
Why don't they
More
get rid of Rondo?
Wildcats.
Why don't they get rid of him?
They
'Cause
should do it for the benefit of the NBA.
They don't want him. Like he needs to be on.
they
a
should send him
good
to
team.
Miami.
He should be in Miami.
Yes.
Yeah, then it would really be heat. So
Yeah.
So you
then
can shoot-
try to talk to
Yeah,
me and John.
they clearly do
I
have a
wish
sharp
Akron
Rondo
is
though,
awful.
because I mean Marcus Smart has to be. He's
Akron
a
is
guard.
a
He
dump.
needs the ball in his hands. He's not going to be able to play off the ball. Marcus Smart has to be your point guard.
Marcus Smart is terrible.
Marcus Smart
He is
not
not
terrible.
just because he got in a
kidding me?
conflict with a fan. I mean,
He
That
was
could
right to
happen
get
to-
in a conflict with that fan.
yeah,
But
that
I
can
don't
happen
think,
to anybody. Ask Ron
look,
Artest.
when he was at Oklahoma State, he couldn't shoot. Like he
Have you watched him in the preseason? No, he's been knocking down some jumpers.
Young players
He's been
can't
knocking down
shoot, Tage.
three-pointers.
They can't shoot. Everyone isn't going to be Ray Allen and Bradley Beal. A lot of young players can't shoot. Some learn, and a lot don't learn
You know
how to
Kid-
shoot. Michael Kidd Gilchrist, sorry, Wildcats. A lot of them don't
Watch,
learn how to
he
shoot.
changed his shot.
You know who can shoot
How
though?
come Rondo hasn't changed his shot? He's been in the league for a while.
'Cause he-
Rondo's
Rondo
a perennial
passes the
all-star.
ball.
What's
Wait,
he have
wait.
to change his shot for?
Even Drake made a Rondo can't shoot reference when he got back at Kevin Hart, and he made a Rajon Rondo with the shot joke.
then Drake is stupid because Rajon Rondo is a very good shooter from
He-
mid-range.
But Drake loves UK.
Yeah, Drake does love.
And
him.
James Young is on the Celtics.
He's still
This is
stupid.
all about UK.
I like James Young though. I think
This
James
team
Young
is interesting.
I think James Young could be a pretty good NBA. Like he fits all the benchmarks that NBA swing.
He's gonna be better in the NBA than he was at Kentucky.
I
Oh,
thought he was pretty
definitely.
good in Kentucky.
He was
He,
good.
he
in
was
Kentucky.
he was good, but I
Uh,
think he's gonna be that much better.
Remember
in
that
the NBA.
big dunk that got you guys back in that championship game?
I
That's
remember
right.
everything about last season.
Yeah.
James Young is the kind of guy that can go out there and get you a bucket. Like when your team's struggling, let's say you're going on a drought where you haven't scored for a few minutes. James Young is that guy you can just kick the ball.
That
So-
is so important in
Thi-
the NBA.
this is
It
what-
can't
it really
be
is.
understated.
This is what's important. Okay,
And it's
Celtics make the lottery. Which Kentucky player are they drafting?
Oh.
A twin.
Wh-
They're
which
gonna draft a
Harrison
twin.
are they getting?
No, I think they'll go for Carl
No.
Towns.
Yeah, Towns is gonna
This
go.
team needs they
big
need
man.
size. They need somebody that can
And
score
this
in
is
the low
Simmons'
post.
team. Simmons is
You
going to
know-
become a full Kentucky Wildcat.
I actually like.
Yeah.
I actually like Sully and Olenek. I wish they had a guy who could just play inside and scrap and grab rebounds. But I like
If you start Sully and
Didn't they
Olenek,
have
who's,
that guy and his name
Nobody's
was Chris
gonna guard.
Humphries?
who's gonna stop anybody if you have Sully and Olenek?
nobody. John is gonna post him up and score
Probably. I
Dunks.
can see that happening.
straight dunks. But I like Olenek. I like his game. Like he has great touch. He just doesn't rebound. With Sully, he's gonna put up like some Kevin Love on a crappy team numbers.
Yeah, John.
I don't know what he's trying to do though, because it looks to me as if he's trying to drift back into he's trying to become a small forward. It looks like he's trying to lose weight and pattern his game more after a 3.
He reminds me
more
of Paul.
than be
Like
a
I saw him in the
4.
preseason. He reminded me like of Paul Pierce, like the stuff he was.
This
doing.
is what I
Right.
think should happen.
And that really wasn't what his game was before.
Boston should just get everybody from UK,
I don't want
make
to
that an NBA team, and see how well they do.
But then I'd have to pull.
They
for
tried
Boston
that.
team.
They-
Rick,
they
Rick
did
Pitino
try
tried that
They did
before.
try
It didn't
that.
work well.
It
I
was
don't know.
Walter McCarty, Antoine Walker, Ron Mercer,
Yeah,
Tony
yeah.
Delk. They tried that in Boston
Oh,
before.
It didn't
don't
work.
forget they have Evan Turner, who's gonna do Evan Turner things and
Nothing.
put up great numbers on a terrible team and lose, and probably get traded to a
by
good
great
team.
numbers, you mean slightly less than mediocre.
Evan Turner
Eight
seems
and
the-
2.
He seems like the kind of person who picks like an awkward number because he wants to be shown on TV more.
I feel like he does. He's a guy in a pickup team who just pick like terrible guys. And
He wears
like,
his elbow band in a really old school 90s place, like right below his
Is
elbow.
Rajon Rondo
Kind of weird.
gonna bother learning the names of the new players on this team?
I doubt it.
Or just
No.
hope to get traded?
Just get Rondo.
Doesn't
out of there.
Rondo
I
take
mean,
like a 2-hour nap before every game?
He does.
He's
yes.
gonna make it like 4 hours now.
He does do that. I don't care. I fully predict Rondo might show up in like a wrong color jersey. Like on a night they're supposed to wear white, he's gonna show up with a green jersey and be like, "What?"
I'm doing my own thing.
Somebody's gonna have to save him. I feel
Someone
bad for
say
him. now.
Rondo. I feel bad for
I think-
Rondo.
you know
he probably ends up in Houston though.
He's too good to like be on this team. the
Come
entire
to Miami.
He definitely. Yeah, they should-
Danny Ainge hates Pat Riley, so he wouldn't trade him to us.
Yeah. Anyway,
Suckers.
whatever. Oh, Raptors. That's the team that made the playoffs out of this division last year. That's
Six-
actually
The 6 ain't easy.
that 6 is not easy.
Why did Kyle Lowry stay in Toronto?
We
He
didn't
could have gone
know.
to Miami.
Because them checks.
Yeah, Drake. Why did Kyle Lowry stay in Toronto? What did you do?
Have you ever seen the women in Toronto?
What did you do?
It's white Vegas. You want to
Hey.
stay in Toronto?
Hey,
you stay in Toronto.
But his
I would
option,
stay in
his
Toronto.
option was Miami.
Miami.
So there you go.
I think the weather's a tiebreaker.
It's
Well,
Miami.
wouldn't it
I am legit.
Shouldn't it have
like,
broke toward Miami then?
I know this is not visual,
weather's a
but I just
tiebreaker,
came
Miami
a
wins.
with a trip from both places, and I'm just sitting here nodding and thinking like, I don't know, this is a difficult.
You just
decision.
Taged.
yeah.
I just staged.
But I think Kyle
But you're not
Lowry
gonna
kinda,
get
he
as-
kind of alluded to that when he was on Levitard last week, that it was a really tough decision and it really could have gone either way right up until he signed the contract.
I mean,
so he had the same kind of
the T
look on his
dot
face
lifestyle. It's a good. You could live with that.
It's great. I know what
It's
Jalen
kinda
Rose said is
awesome.
like Jalen Rose said the main concern is taxes. Like you get double tax in Toronto.
yeah, and Miami is
It's
State
tax
free
free.
tax.
Because they did ask him about it. Like
But-
why can't Toronto keep people?
I mean,
And just
at the
taxes.
same time, you're still going to have to pay income tax because he has to file in each state he plays in. Blah blah blah.
But you pay your income tax for your home state, and you pay. That's why they go after international players, and they pay.
No, but you pay whatever state you play in. So if you play 2 games, then those 2 games you
No,
have
he's
to
saying
pay.
that the players who play for the Raptors are in Canada.
yeah,
are
like
taxed more
like DeRozan,
Yeah.
like DeRozan, he would have to pay California tax, and he would have to pay Toronto income
Why did we
tax.
turn this into a tax podcast?
That is how bad the Atlantic
This
Division
is
is.
terrible.
We're talking about taxes.
Hey, let's just talk about Toronto.
We
Toronto
talking
We're
is
talking
awesome.
about taxes.
But Toronto is a legitimately exciting team with Kyle Lowry and DeRozan and Terrence Ross.
Is
Yeah,
Drake
Terrence-
gonna be a full time coach now? Like after, like his new album is gonna drop in March. So after March, is Drake just gonna be on the bench, just like
It's gonna be
coaching
like the
Lowry?
We're the Best video.
Okay, who's gonna make the playoff song this year? Drake or Pitbull?
It has to be Drake.
It
It's
has
gonna
to
be
be.
Drake.
It has to be Drake. I mean, he has an
Even
official
though
job with the
Timber
team.
is an
So
awesome.
are
playoff song.
we calling this right now that Drake? We predict Drake will be the playoff
I
song
heard,
person.
I heard they're gonna change their
Yes,
colors to
I'm
black
calling
and gold, the OVOXO black and gold.
I listen.
They actually
that
should do
needs
that.
to happen.
They actually
listen,
should do that.
Heat and 5. But if that happens, I can't say what I would do.
Heat and 7.
I can't.
Heat and
say what I
7.
would-
Raps in 7.
I can't say.
So the Raptors going to the
I would have
playoffs.
everything in
They're
black
gonna-
and gold.
They're gonna be on SportsCenter every night with the alley oops, and they're gonna probably make the playoffs. And
And how good is DeRozan?
he's really good.
Very good.
I
I
thank you guys, but I mean, like,
He's gonna-
we talked about
he's
John
made a
Wall
lot of
making the
noise.
leap. Is DeRozan gonna make an additional leap?
I
right
think
now?
Terrence Ross has to be the guy that does that for that team. Let's
Yeah,
not forget,
I think-
Terrence Ross is a lottery pick. He's had games where he's shown flashes. I mean, he had a 50-point game. He has to be more consistent. I mean,
I think he will be though. This is what his third year coming up.
DeRozan has made that step. As we know, he made the
was
All-Star
off.
game, Team USA. But it has to be Terrence Ross now to be the guy to fulfill and become that next scorer. For
I
that
think
team.
Terrence Ross will make it. And then what's his name? Amir Johnson is pretty good too. Like he's a borderline all-star. He put
Look,
up.
this team's making the playoffs from this division.
Yes,
yeah,
they
yeah,
are.
I mean, no doubt they win.
Just
this
I
lock-
division.
just
I mean,
want them
hands
to
down.
run a better Game 7 final play than they did with Kyle Lowry. You just dribble the ball around, and then try drive and get your
I
shot.
want them to
You know,
not
so.
wear that cami uniform this year.
I want them to switch their colors to black and gold over UXO.
I want all them to like take snapshots of the girls they f with in Toronto so y'all can see.
They know better.
They know better.
No flag zone. So we're gonna talk about
The worst team
the worst
of
team
all
in
time.
in the history of the NBA. Are they gonna try? They're gonna die trying the 76ers. These guys,
They also have a Kentucky Wildcat now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nerlens
Yeah.
Noel.
Nerlens-
I know.
These guys,
I just threw to him.
I
guys-
think he's gonna produce like 4 wins by himself this season.
and they're gonna bench him immediately. They're gonna
They
be like,
will.
no,
Listen,
like we don't want to win 4 games.
Nerlens Noel tries so hard. It's gonna be tough to tank with him on that team because I mean, like John was saying, he's probably good for a couple.
Have you
wins
seen
on
that
the
roster? It's gonna
Like,
be
just
easy to
hustling.
tank with that team.
This is kind of an
They're not gonna be
atrocity,
tanking.
though.
They're just gonna be that bad.
Yeah, they're gonna be bad.
That's not. It's not tanking when it's not intentional.
Okay.
They're just that bad. At
Are you gonna
basketball.
take the Providence Storm or the 76ers in the game?
I would trust KJ to outcoach whoever their coach is right now.
He
I got-
did outcoach Roy Williams.
I gotta
so.
take the Storm on this one just
KJ,
because
DeAndre
And
Ayton.
hold on,
Keno-
DeAndre Ayton walks in a minute before tip off.
DeAndre Ayton. takes the
Keno
Storm.
will give whoever plays the wing for them buckets. I don't even know their start. I know it's Michael Carter Williams and some other people.
Who's the 2 guard?
The dude from
James Anderson
Georgetown.
played 2 guard.
The
a
dude
lot
from
last
Georgetown.
year.
What's his name?
I don't know.
The
They're
fact that
gonna
we
be
don't know,
awful.
Yeah.
the fact that we don't know it speaks volumes. We don't even have to learn these.
I am
people.
not gonna
We
watch
really
a
don't.
single.
It's like we're
76er
gonna
game,
watch
not
Sports
one
Center,
game.
and they're gonna be like those 15-second clips, and the 76ers playing lost, and going back to the
like,
Cavaliers.
when they show one highlight.
Yeah.
it's just like,
It's just like, and it's
then
just
the
it's a free
Michael Carter
throw.
Williams bricked.
Yeah. So they're pretty much mailing in this season, and
Yeah.
we're looking forward to their version of the Twin Towers for next year with Joel Embiid and Nerlens Noel.
So
That's all there is
Let
to
me-
look forward to.
the 76ers and Knicks.
Terrible.
No.
That's
Never
gonna be an
watching
I'm not
awful
gonna lie.
matchup.
Never
Yeah,
watching that.
Not watching that. No.
There's no way. I'm
You
watching
know what
that.
I might watch from this division? Celtics versus Raptors.
I want to watch the Raptors play. I think they're gonna be.
Celtics
I think
Raptors.
I think Nets Raptors is going to be more intense than you guys think. I mean,
Well, yeah, they have
played
history
each other
now.
in the playoffs.
Holland-
So
um,
whenever you play someone in the playoffs, you
But they don't have Paul
built-in
Pierce anymore to
patriotism.
do like, this is why I'm here, and start yelling and pointing at
You
the
know what they
ground.
have though?
But the
They
rest
have
of them
Mason
are.
Plumlee.
Damn.
This division sucks. I'm sorry.
We don't even have a team that's making
Life
noise.
looks at Tage when he said that.
Okay,
We have no team that's making noise in this division.
so odds
Nobody's
that they
making
have
noise.
top 5 picks.
This division is so quiet.
Whoa. The lottery's gonna be filled with teams from this
This division
My
is so.
God.
This division is so quiet.
76ers get the first pick, then the Celtics, and then
The Knicks
maybe
like at number
Knicks.
5.
Yeah.
It's like the library division. There's no noise being
But
made.
I
in
mean,
this
are the
division
Knicks really
at
gonna
all.
be that bad? Because Carmelo can throw up. He can score at will.
We can-
he can win games by
He can
himself,
win games.
but they're not gonna be a good team.
So they could be like a top 10, bottom 10 team actually.
Here's the plan. If we ever or is in one of those cities that they're playing, we have to go to the game
I will be.
and just
305 to that city.
we know what city that is.
Yes. 6 ain't easy.
And we just have to make signs saying not making noise and hold it up during the game.
The quiet division.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what this division does have though? They have pieces that can help championship teams.
Yeah, that's
Rondo
what this
could be
division should
traded,
be
Michael
about.
Carter Williams might get traded. The Nets could trade everyone everywhere.
I think if
Everyone's on the block. The entire Atlantic division.
That
is
sounds
on
like
the
my
trading
fantasy
block.
basketball team. I just put everyone on the trading block.
Everyone but Melo.
I think
is
if
on the trading block
Provorov
in this division.
sells his team, I think they're gonna try to trade everybody.
Provorov just needs to become like a legit supervillain and start blackmailing people to force them into trade.
He probably is though.
I need him to get involved in some tampering or something.
Oh, do you
Like,
think
something.
Prokhorov is responsible for Donald Sterling and then responsible for the thing in Atlanta?
No, because
Yes.
I think he probably has a lot of thoughts.
What?
John,
I think Prokhorov is preoccupied with invading Ukraine right now, so he
Oh
doesn't
my
have time to
God.
run his NBA team.
That's true. They still
The
have that
Atlantic
going on.
Division absolutely has us reeling right now.
Yeah.
We have no idea
Bro,
what to do.
We're talking about thoughts in the Ukraine.
This is the taxes,
Drake.
thoughts. What else?
We don't know who's
Yeah.
starting for the Sixers. This is awful.
This
This
is
is
where
a basketball.
We
podcast.
absolutely have to end it here.
We
The
could have
Atlantic
looked it up and we just said no.
The Atlantic Division beat us into submission. Like,
Yeah, we're done here. But that's been our NBA East preview. We'll be back with the NBA West preview, and now I could get to gush about the Trailblazers for
45 minutes on the
45
Blazers.
minutes straight about the
I'm a
Trailblazers.
mute.
Get
them.
ready for it.
I might chime in because LaMarcus signed with
Nobody
Jordan.
else is chiming in and talking. 45 minutes of me talking about the Blazers.
We get
That's
to hear
it.
about
That's all
Damian
you
Lillard
get.
and his crappy shoes. This is 10th year senior signing off.
Does anyone use Pinterest?
Hopefully the Atlantic Division does.